Should work better this time. Hopefully, this mic will work. I hope. Does it work? I can't tell. Hero. Can you hear me, Morgan? Yay, nay. Type something. Come on. See. Can you hear me, Lunchbox? Or am I just still silent? I can't tell if this mic's actually working or not. Something. Listen to the new episode yet, Lunchbox? I hate that I can't leave this page. I can't surf and do anything. I have to sit here and talk and stare at this and listen to what everyone's having to say. He's texting himself. Sup, Patrick? I'm glad that you can hear me. I'm using a Blue Yeti, so you should be able to hear me. It's a $130 purchase. If you couldn't hear me, I'd be a little upset. Yeah, this not being able to get away from this page is bothering the fuck out of me. Because I'd rather be surfing or doing something else than fucking Harambe. Of course you start liking shit. Aw, man. So much love. Can I do that? Can I throw stickers around and shit? No, I can't. This live feature definitely has its drawbacks, considering that I can't even do it on my Pod Dunk page, which is where I'd rather be doing this. Can it fucking go up? Oh yeah, it can go up. What about now, Pat? I can literally hear the kitchen right now. Yeah, I can hear the sinks and shit. All the good stuff. I've had to resort to do this because no one's on Skype, so I can't dick around on there and entertain myself, so I decided to come on here. And I can't even leave the page. I got shit to do. And I can't leave this page because it'll cut the feed off. I don't like that. So how is everybody? Fuck. Not a lot going on here on my end. New episode of DTF up right now at patreon.com/poddunk, free till the weekend's over. Then it's going to be locked because I have to make money too. It's hard out here for a podcaster. I'm broke as shit. Help. Throw me some money. Patreon.com/poddunk. Also promoted it, so maybe somebody will see it that hasn't normally seen it and comment and be involved with it and shit. Oh, yep. Oh, I think I can do it as long as the page is minimized. I can. Sweet. I'm gonna tweet some shit. Let me scoot this over so I can see who's all on here. Minimize this bitch bit. And now I'm Twitterfied. I actually had a little... Yeah. Which one are you at? Well, I guess it's the only one that you can actually deliver to now. Because you got... Yeah. Let's see. What to tweet, guys? What to tweet? I have drafts, apparently. Delete that. I have no idea what to tweet. My social media presence is lacking. Mostly because I'm bored. It's Saturday and I'm not doing shit. Haven't done shit. Probably not going to do anything for the rest of the day. Just been here on this computer posting shit all day. Wrong thing. God damn it. Alright. I don't want to tweet anything after all. I'm very perturbed by the amount of bots on Twitter. I got another like from one today. Yeah, definitely a fake account. There's so many on here. This one in particular only has 3 tweets. 1, 2, nope, 4. I'm actually going to go ahead and block that one. 130 followers, though, from just being a fake 4-tweet account. Alright, close that. I have one person on here. Tweet about Harambe being the everything. I don't know enough about the subject. All I know is it involves a monkey. Or a gorilla ape thing. That people seem to just, they won't let die. There's even commercials about this fucking monkey. I saw that. That's just one of those things I'll just never understand, no matter how hard I try. Not that it's, if you like it, that's your thing, but I can't understand the Harambe craze. It's weird for me. Well, fuck me. Spilling shit. So what are you doing, Lunchbox? You just sitting at your house or you're at Walmart? 3 people. I don't know who the third person is. Probably somebody that's already been in here. Can't even look at Facebook while having this open. I feel very bound. Very bound. What if no, I could do a podcast like this. I would just have to minimize it. Hear that? It's funny because put it up thin bread. So I've been thinking, I don't know if anyone on here gives a flying shit. I know Lunchbox doesn't particularly care for it. He's specified it even on, I think, the podcast that he doesn't care for it. Thinking about writing an article for the Standing Rock thing, but I'm not entirely sure how to go about it. I've been looking at both sides of it to see, because I think the Facebook thing is making it very anti-government. And I was wondering if there is another side to it, if it's all just bad, or what we've seen is just the definitive fact. And it pretty much is. The other side is very lacking in their argument. So I'm thinking about writing a paper on it, because I have nothing else to fucking do. But I don't really have anywhere to post it. So, because we don't have poddunk.com yet. We can get that quicker by going to patreon.com/poddunk and become a patron. But if you don't want to, So I've been thinking about just posting it to Patreon for free. I think you can post stuff on there. But I've been thinking about writing again just for funsies. It's been a minute since I've wrote anything. And I like writing. Writing's nice. It's a very good way of getting the shit out of your head and onto paper. Now, I've wrote a lot of different stuff, but the majority of it will never see the light of day. It's just tucked away in a save folder forever. Had a writing job once. I wrote for a website called GameGrin.com out of the UK. Wrote game reviews and stuff. It was cool. It's very short-lived because we ran out of internet. Like, not run out, you can't. Got cut off. So kind of hard to write without internet and have business meetings without it. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. Not even going to acknowledge it. No one liked that. No one. There's probably going to be somebody that will, but no one like that. We're trying to break Lunchbox from all this. Oh, I'm just kicking shit over. It's terrible. So I don't know who's all in here right now. Sound off. It just says 5 people. I have no idea who those 5 people are. I'm assuming it's 1, 2. I can't scroll. 3, 4, 5. Wesley, Michael, Patrick, Lunch, and Morgan. I assume 4 people. Ah, fuck it. Ah, and the only one wanting to talk to him is Lunchbox, and all he's wanting to do is insult white people with his anti-racism hate. I don't know what Lunchbox's racism would be classified as. He's not really racist. He just hates everybody equally. Especially Walmart right now. He's particularly mad at Walmart. Not as much as he's as mad at the other one, man. That's the point. Who liked my shit? Who liked it? Where did it come from? Thank you, Amy, for liking this. Even though there's absolutely nothing going on in it, I wish I could do more Podunk orient. We were going to record a Podunk episode today, but everything fucked up at once. Will's having some family issues. Lunchbox, I don't know what the fuck Lunchbox is doing besides the Walmart thing today. Gage is, I don't know what Gage is doing, and Devin had a flat tire. So like the whole thing fell apart no matter. Let's see, I found out we were going to do it last night, and the whole thing fell apart by like 10 this morning. But that's how it works in the podcasting world. Nothing works as you want it to. As seen with the last event I tried to do where we wanted to stream all night and it didn't work because everything messed up at once. Our mics, computers, internet, everything fucked all at one time. Terrible night. Still got that episode. It's in 2 pieces, and I'm probably never gonna listen to it because it'll take too much work to fix. Too much. But next time we do an episode of Podunk, it will actually be a decent production that everyone will be able to hear. And I'm thinking with this new Yeti microphone, our YouTube videos might be a little bit better too. It'll be easier for us to capture all the audio around us, which is something we could not do with our videos last time. I would be using a 1080p microphone webcam right now, but Facebook does not allow its live feed to change what webcam you use. So I have to use the one on my computer, which sucks, as you can tell. I'm all grainy and shit. Look at this. Yeah. Got my hair cut yesterday. The long shit is finally gone. Happy about that. Very happy about that. Showed off a bit. But yeah. Oh, I'm so hungry too. I haven't ate and all this shit. Just been posting. Also been determining if I want to go spend a shit ton of money on new shit to watch. Arrow Season 4 is out. Flash Season 2 is out. DC's Legends of Tomorrow Season 1 is out. I think that's $100 right there if I'm wanting to get all that, which is something I can't afford because I have to give you people, or not y'all in particular, but I have to give the internet at large poddunk.com, so you don't have to travel too far to be able to get the things that we release and put up. Right now, if you want anything Poddunk, you have to go to like 6 different websites to get it, and that's incredibly annoying, so I have to build a website at some point. But we have to get a photo shoot done first, which that requires getting all of the guys together and getting them to take pictures and finding someone that's good enough to do that. And I'm not very photogenic, at least not in my mind. And I don't know how well the other guys are going to react with having to stand around and get their picture taken. We couldn't even record videos. Me and Devin and Gage couldn't. It was impossible. Every time we'd go to record something, something would fuck up. Well, no, they would fuck up and start laughing, and we'd have to scratch the whole video right then and there. There's actually archived shit way, way back in my Google Drive. I think it's like 4 or 5 videos of all like bloopers and outtakes and shit because Devin and Gage couldn't hold it together. Thinking I should post that. I think me and Gage wanted to do a reacts thing though, where we like went back and rewatched it and tried to see like how far Poddunk's come from those first few nights. Because it literally happened overnight. We started the podcast, and like the next week we were trying to record shit for no fucking reason. So the first videos are rough. But we got them. I still got them. All original audio and shit. I've been thinking about releasing them just to see what you guys think. But the sad part is there's not a whole bunch of people on our YouTube channel. So, if you would even want to see these videos, go to YouTube and type in capital Pi lowercase dunk and subscribe to us, because that's the only way you're going to get our videos besides on Facebook and Twitter and shit. Yep. And I'm pretty sure not all of you have Pi Dunk followed, so go follow us. That's how I plan on making money one day, because I hate my job. Job sucks. One of my friends got fired the other day, which is odd because it's a factory and he was the biggest of us, and he's been there longer, had more experience, but yet they still shit canned him. It was odd. I'm small as shit. The job's hard, and they kept me. I don't know why. I feel like that was a dumb decision on their part. He's a big dude, super, like his arms as big around as my head, and they fired him. Bad call. So how's it? There's a lot less talking. There again, Lunchbox is the only one conversing with me here. It's hard to talk. To just I can talk into a microphone, but it's different knowing that there's people on the other end here just listening to me ramble. So type something. Who liked it? Who liked it? Is it gonna show me? It's not. It's not gonna show me, and it just floats away. Oh, I saw who done it. Hello. But I forgot where the fuck I was going with this. Yeah. But knowing there's people just sitting here, like podcasting's easy. I just talk into the microphone, release it, and I just kind of close off the world for a little bit to see if there's any backlash or anything. This is y'all could be mean to me immediately, which isn't fun. But by all means, type, say something, chat. This is the equivalent of standing out in public and talking to a wall. Just so you know, I have to listen, and it's awkward listening to you. You have to watch yourself talk the whole time. Like right now, it's weird. Alright, let's see. I wonder, does anybody know how to get Google Play Music onto your computer? Anybody? No. I have this thing. I don't know where the fuck this came from. Oh, recording stuff. Been trying to figure out what to watch today. It's either going to be Grimm, which I haven't finished that show yet. I'm on season 2, and it's really good. I advise anyone that likes TV in general, or monsters, or the Grimm fairy tale, watch Grimm. Good show. But I'm really tempted to go get Flash and Arrow and finish those. I never finished last season, and the current seasons are currently airing. No shit, Aaron. Yeah. But they're airing, and I haven't watched any of them yet. And that hurts me, because I've been a dedicated fan since the shows came out. But I refuse to use up all of my newfound internet, all 150 gigs of it, burn through that shit using Netflix. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try not to do that. That would suck. Trying to refrain myself from getting involved in Final Fantasy XIV so I can play it and eat up all my internet data. But it's a damn good game, and I want it. Also, I have to save money at some point, though. Saving money's hard. I like spending it too much. Like this week, I was stuck with the dilemma of buying a capture card and a new flat screen, and I had to kind of stop. Anybody that knows me knows that spending shit makes me feel better. It's a bad week, I buy something, I feel better immediately. So, this week's been hard. Hey! Hi, Tiffany. This is the chick that just came in here. Where's my finger at? So even if I'm pointing at it, you kind of can't tell where the fuck... Well, you can't see what I'm seeing anyway, probably. Ah, fuck, I don't know. Anyway, Tiffany cut this hair. See this hair? See this hair you're looking at? She done that. Say hi to Tiffany. All 3 of you, 2 of you that are in here. 4 of you. Woo! Growing numbers. Still no talking, though. Converse, people. Converse. Get on here and say shit. You come in here, you listen to me talk and ramble, and don't say nothing. Who's the weird one here? You or me? Probably me, though, because I'm the one talking to myself. Anyone want to talk about politics? Anybody? I'm good at that. I can talk that for days, literally. We have, let's see, today is the what? Well, fuck you, Microsoft. Give me my notifications. Alright. Doesn't tell me what today's date is. I think it's the 5th, though, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It's the 5th, so that means we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, 3 days. We have 3 days to, batten down the hatches and get ready for the possibly the worst decision America's ever made. And I can honestly say that I can guarantee it's going to be the worst decision America's ever made. Either way we turn. But I encourage everyone to go out and vote, I guess. I still haven't determined if I'm going to or not. I see a lot of advertisements like, oh, you don't like your choices. But that's what being grown up is supposed to be. They say that's what growing up is supposed to be. You don't like your choices, get over it, go out and vote anyway. But I feel like by you going out and voting, you're feeding into this machine that this is okay. This is what we want. But I understand also that someone's got to, I don't know. The whole I haven't, my moral compass will not allow me to vote for either of these people. And I'm not entirely convinced Gary Johnson's even the best way to go at this point. He's funny. He's got great ideals, at least peppered through his policy. But I can say the same thing about Trump and Hillary. They both have good ideas and they both have terrible ideas. I don't think Trump is an inherently evil person. I just think that in a room full of angry people, the only one brave enough to stand up was the dumb one. And by the time he stood up, it was too late, and everybody else was just embarrassed. Oh, God, shut him the fuck up. Anyway, and this election's been hilarious because it's been a constant game of bouncing back and forth. Like, everyone's riding Trump's coattails right now, but we forget that, like, 4 weeks ago, the whole Republican Party hit the eject cord on his ass and said, fuck this guy, we want nothing to do with him. And then they just kind of fell back into place, which is entertaining. Let's see, I haven't seen you in forever, but you keep coming up on my feed. You look different than you did years ago. Yeah, I try to move away from back. Let's see, years ago, that would be the emo swoop was prominent back then, if I'm not mistaken. I don't miss that. I don't miss the long hair at all. I'm glad I got rid of it last night, to be exact. But yeah, I try to change every so often. I dig this haircut, so I keep it. It's easy to manage for me for the most part. It doesn't take a whole bunch. And if I don't want to fuck with it, it still looks good afterwards. That's nice. Oh, I have Christmas lights hanging up. I would show you my awesome Christmas lights, but I can't. Because stationary webcam and shit. Still don't know who's all in here. There's 5 people. So far, Dustin and Lunchbox has said something. By all means, converse, people. I'm talking to myself here. Help. Been watching a lot of Vice. I feel I've grown to like that channel a lot. I feel like it helps me learn. And that's something I really crave nowadays, is to be in a constant state of learning and moving forward. But I find it's hard, specifically in this area, to keep pushing for something new, because like in the area I'm in right now, this whole, I'd say, 25-mile radius is in just stasis. There's nothing going on. There's no news, nobody new moves in, there's no businesses, there's no... It just, the place I'm in is the same as it was 15 years ago. And it causes your brain to melt. You feel like you're in a box, nothing's ever changing. It's terrible. And so that's got me in the mood to like try to expand myself and broaden my horizons, and maybe one day travel abroad. I'm hoping through Poddunk, which is, even though this is on my Facebook page, I like to consider what I'm doing right now Poddunk related. Through Poddunk, and from the support of my friends and anyone else that wants to go to patreon.com/Poddunk and be a patron, do this as my full-time job, and be able to travel abroad, record all that, and then give it to you. I want to be able to take what I learn and present it to everyone, to where they can see what I'm experiencing and maybe push that person to expand themselves as well. But it's hard because there's nothing but trees within 25 miles of me. If I want to do a YouTube video about some trees, I could. But as far as cultures and people, it's difficult. And plus, funding, you have to have money to do these things. Right now, if I was going to do anything like this, I would have to take my webcam, attach it to a tripod, keep it connected to my Surface tablet, buy a mic stand, and use my Yeti as a boom to try to capture good audio. It'd be a fucking train wreck. Yep.
Cheese on hamburger?
Yeah. Oh. I moved away from the emo phase too, and your hair looks good on you. I've never watched Vice. Lunchbox just wants to take stuff. The emo phase, I think everyone had it. Everyone had it at one point in time. It was too appealing to not grab hold of. But I'm happy. Well, I take that back. There's some people in our local area that have still clung to this, that culture very hard. And it, just get on Facebook and just kind of look at, I'm sure there's people on here that are friends with these people. It's rough. The emo thing is still alive. And it's, I don't see it. There's always going to be those few people that are just like, ah. Even the music I listened to back then, like, I think the person I am now, if I could go back, if I could just go back for just a little bit and talk to 16-year-old me, the life I would have, the outcome would be, it wouldn't be too drastically different. I wouldn't do a whole bunch different. What I would do, though, would be start on Poddunk earlier. Everything I'm doing right now, I could have been doing earlier, and probably would be making money at it by now. High school, too. Really wish I could have went back and done a lot better in the high school thing. Lunchbox, when you say you want to take stuff, what exactly do you mean? Am I bringing a criminal onto the fame train when Poddunk takes off? Are you going to just steal shit all the time? It depends on what you steal, to be honest with you. TVs and shit, I mean, if you really want to, I'm not going to stop you. Because no matter how famous Poddunk gets, there's always going to be a little debauchery. Always. If you give us money, we will spend it. Irresponsibly. I promise you. I will buy... Let's see. Lunchbox. Name something stupid we can get you to do. Get these people to give me money to make you do dumb stuff. One time, I got a room full of people to partake in chocolate laxatives. That was entertaining. A lot of crying. A lot of panicking. I was happy about that. These people in question, I'm not going to name any names. One of them was in this room speaking with us a while ago. But they both ingested 2 days worth of chocolate laxatives in like an hour and a half. It was fantastic. I advise you to trick all of your friends to do this, but keep Gatorade and bananas on standby, because if they shit themselves, when they shit themselves, it will be bad, and they may go into cardiac arrest. We didn't find that out till later, when a nurse actually called us and was like, "You're fucking retarded." They thought everyone was doing it until they actually done it, and then all the smart people in the room was like, "No, we're not doing that." These people aren't stupid. They're not. They were just, at that given time, they were gullible, and I'm sure they regret it to this day. Lunchbox could light stuff on fire. If you give us money at patreon.com/poddunk, we will use that money to purchase things for Lunchbox to light on fire. I mean, what better deal could you want? We could light Lunchbox on fire, maybe, with enough money. We'd have to get a flame retardant suit, though. Those may be expensive. Right now, we make a total of $4 a month on patreon.com. Compliments to our very faithful patron, Casey Brown. He's been with us for 2 years. He's been holding it down for us, giving us money. Even though the majority of that time we haven't done anything. So, he's the true fan here. He's been holding it in there and supporting us. Which is something you could be doing. All it takes is $2. $2 a month. and you can get all the cool stuff we do. All this stuff, Beth Myers. Hello, Beth. How are you? But the podcast thing's actually picking up soon. We're going to be doing 4 podcasts a week for Poddunk, 4 podcasts a week, maybe more for DTF. I'm currently in the works of trying to figure out if I'm able to do a 3rd show with a friend of mine. I haven't even discussed it with him yet, but I think it'd be a cool little opportunity. But so that would be if you gave us, let's say you went to patreon.com right now and was like, okay, I'm going to give these people $2 a month out of my bank account. You go in, you make a Patreon. You can even make an app. Or you can even get the app. It makes it super easy. You make an account, you type in all your banks or your card numbers and stuff. It's nothing dangerous. You use it on Amazon all the time. And then you, let's see, go on patreon.com, you say, alright, what can I get? For $2 a month, you get 4 episodes of Poddunk a month, 4 episodes of DTF, a whole bunch of other stuff, and then 2 episodes a month on iTunes for free. So even if you don't want to be all, I want to give you money and stuff, you can still. Yeah, I'm aware, but it's a habit. There's tons of bad habits in the world, vices, as you may say. But like, I don't have a very few. I'm addicted to sodas. I'm addicted to cigarettes. But at least it's not heroin. Yeah, at least it's not heroin. Or opiates. Or any other drugs out there. Yeah. I do intend on quitting smoking soon. It needs to happen. When you wake up, your chest hurts. I don't know. When I wake up, I'm cold. And I don't know if that has anything to do with this. Like, even if it's warm outside, if I wake up, I'm froze. Chest hurts. Your teeth start to like lose, and my teeth are bad. So yeah, smoking will eventually have to stop at some point. My only problem is like after I quit, I won't. My biggest problem is I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm not really addicted to smoking. I'm addicted to what to do with my hands and how to keep my hands occupied. So like if I quit, every time I've tried to stop smoking, that's been my major dilemma, is just keeping myself occupied. So I haven't really found anything yet that can fix that. I've tried electronic cigarettes, but that doesn't work at all. I've tried vaping, but fuck. That's a habit and a hobby wrapped into one. And at first, they're all like, it's cheaper, but it's really fucking not. Because once you get really deep into it, you end up spending a lot more money. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, so I'm going to put these down. Yeah. But, yeah, so I didn't do the vaping thing. So, if you know any smoking alternatives to quitting and helping my hands find something to do, that would be much appreciated. I'm happy to be able to be doing this again because this week at work has been terrible. I haven't texted nobody, I haven't talked to nobody. I'm just now getting to the point to where I'm putting myself out there again because 10, 11-hour days are rough. So I come home and I sleep. But hopefully through the support of the fans and the people that listen to Poddunk driving me, I will be able to stay motivated. It's hard. It's very difficult to be motivated. So there again, Lunchbox said chill out. Not entirely sure why I'm going to chill out. I've discussed why I'm going to die with these in my mouth. Anybody else got anything to add to the conversation? Caleb Long joined. Hello, Caleb. It's crazy. I'm sitting here talking to y'all, but I would not be able to do this on a microphone. After 30 minutes, I'm kaput. Like, I can't say shit anymore. I lose traction really quick. Joseph Hester. Sup, Joseph? Who's all in here right now? Let's see. I know Beth Myers joined. It's interesting to see. Hello, Lita, also. And Jacob Dickerson. Ooh, alright. I'm not entirely sure if Jacob Dickerson is still in here. I'm not. But I'm going to give him a disclaimer because I like to see myself as a nice person. It can get a little bit rough in here. I know that you are, I think, a pastor or in somewhere along that line, and I would hate to have something terrible drop on you, or I don't know, something that would make you uncomfortable. This is cool beans. Well, thank you, thank you. I'm still not sure what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. So yeah, if you like stuff like this, go to patreon.com/poddunk and or go to our Facebook page, Poddunk, capital Pod, lowercase dunk, and you can actually get a podcast where I do this for 30 minutes to an hour at a time, talking about today's topics and shit like that. Yeah, still thinking about writing that paper for Standing Rock, as you can tell. I'm not going to probably today. It's 6:30. This day's been long. I haven't done shit except this and posting new episodes. I haven't even watched TV. I tried watching Smallville earlier because I enjoy Smallville, even though I'm missing season 3. 11 seasons of that show. I have 11 seasons over there, but I don't have season 3, and it's the most agitating thing in the world. Look at a shelf and see that there's something fucking missing in it. It bothers me to no end. I have every season of Shameless, all from the endeavor of not being able to look at my shelf and see the gap. I had to go find them. Same with Dragon Ball Z. What else? If I get one thing and there's other movies or shows or seasons, I have to have them. It's terrible. That's why I'm having a fit with this Flash and Arrow thing. I have everything up to this point. I just haven't actually went out and purchased the new stuff. But it's too fucking expensive. $39 for a season. My brother can... Nope, that's incriminating, and we're not going to do that. Needless to say, I know people that watch this stuff virtually for nothing. And I'm having to pay $40. But that's fine. Dragon Ball Z was the shit. But I'd actually had a problem with it rewatching it. Growing up, I watched it, and it was fantastic. But going back as an adult and rewatching Dragon Ball Z, I found out that I have zero fucking patience to watch that show. Zero. I don't need 13 episodes to explain a battle to me. Like, after... I don't know. I need less filler episodes, so I guess a super fan could say, well, go watch Kai or something like that. But I fucked up and watched Dragon Ball GT first. And then I went to Dragon Ball Z. And yes, I know Dragon Ball Z is considered the best. I like Dragon Ball GT more because there's actual story and the characters actually grow in that show. So by the time that show's done, you give a shit about the characters. You care what's going on. Now, Dragon Ball Z, that show starts, and you start getting into it. And you don't care about any of the characters. You literally watch a character die in the first episode. I think that really solidifies the tone. Like, you watch him, and there's no no emotional. I don't know. Dragon Ball Z was rough. Z is the standard. If you were talking Dragon Ball with somebody, the majority of the time it's going to be about Z. Either Z or GT or the new Super or whatever. But you very rarely run into somebody that just wants to talk about the original Dragon Ball or something like that. It actually bothers me still. I didn't finish my Dragon Ball collection. I have seasons 1 through 7, so I'm missing like a couple of them. So my Pretty Dragon is not complete on my bookshelf. It's devastating, and I don't enjoy it. But my broadcast is broken. Game Exchange hasn't got any new shit in a while. At least not that I know of. I gotta go back there soon and see what Blu-rays and shit that they have. There again, trying to keep from spending money, but it's hard. It's awfully difficult. Hello, Christina. 6 people. I think that's an all-time high for on here. It amazes me that so many people, especially people that I do not talk to on a daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly basis, coming out and actually taking the time to communicate with me. On my way to vacation. Thanks, man. Go follow us. Pod Dunk, capital Pod, lowercase dunk on Facebook and Twitter. You can find us on iTunes and Google Play. So get at it. Keep in touch. All the news and stuff gets posted on there. So you'll know. Just click like and then click on it and say you want to see it first. And you'll see us every time. Best way to go about it. If you don't, you may not catch us on there. Yes, we're saying hi to you. Is that a bad thing? I like to address everybody that comes in here. That comes in here. I see a lot of podcasts. Little story about why Poddunk is kind of what it is today. I started listening to podcasts, and I got really deep into them. And I ran into this one particular that runs in our local area. And I started listening to them, and they done an episode about the Transformers movie, one of the new Transformers movies that came out. And I was listening to them, and they started taking fan mail, I guess is what it was called, about the Transformers movie that was coming out. And then through the fan mail, and the fan mail was, they were nitpicking people that were saying, I like this movie. And then they proceeded to dig into them for an hour and a half about how they were not true fans and how they were lesser than them because they understood that movie was bad. And because they understood that, they were better fans than the other guy. Listening to this podcast infuriated me, though. It's like, how do you think of yourself so much higher than the people listening to you when they're the ones giving you your momentum, I guess is the best way to say it. And they were just downing these people. And so that when I set out to start Poddunk, I decided that I was going to attempt, especially in our smaller years, to treat everyone as the best way I possibly could and to make everyone feel involved in what we're doing just as much as Gage feels like he's involved and Devin and so forth. I met you through Robbie. Are you so in his band? I am not in the band. I mostly do podcasting now. Capital Pod, lowercase dunk. Poddunk. But yeah, mostly do podcasting now. Music is a very distant thing. Not completely off the table. I've been talking to some rapper friends in Baldwin that are interested in like having me sit in and listen over some shit and see if I can help them out with anything. So I got that in the works, but as far as anything like playing and going out and proactively doing music, no. I'm too broke. I don't have the equipment. It's cold now. That's up for interpretation. I was okay, in my opinion. I was okay. There's a lot of... I could have been a lot better if I would have taken the time to actually learn. But I didn't. So my progress as a guitarist, at least while I was in Seeking 7, was very dudded there toward the end. I grew and I grew and I grew, and then at the end I just kind of stopped and I didn't progress any. Now, after I left Seeking 7, I progressed a little bit, but then podcasting happened and I decided to go down that route instead. So all the energy I could have been using to learn to play guitar better, I've actually learned sound engineering, mic stuff, computer stuff, whole bunch of stuff. Robbie was a good teacher. Showed me a whole bunch that I wouldn't know otherwise. And he tried to teach me on numerous occasions, but I was very caught up, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, I remember one night we were at his house, and he was sat with a notebook and drew out all the chords and scales and explained everything to me. And I can honestly say I don't think I went and studied any of that. I was very stubborn back then. I see now that I should have tried to push forward with that, but I didn't. So maybe next time I decide to jump into the music foray, I will have the ability to grow a little bit better. But that's going to be a long time. I don't have any intention of playing guitar, especially like in that band setting anymore. Bands are great, but like, it's easy to lose friends. It's easy to lose friends while being in a band. It's easy to, if you're not in a band of people that can get over disagreements very well, then it can be perilous. Like, you gotta have a very tight-knit group of people. I think a lot of bands approach it as a business. So when they do something shitty, they can look at themselves and say, well, we done this as a business. But I think that takes away from this the music experience altogether. If you listen to a lot of bands that have made it, they'll say if you try to have fun, you'll go further than if you just try to make money off of it. So when you look at it from that, when you do something shitty in the name of business, you're not really doing anything good. I think if you form a band out of people you legitimately care for, or you learn to care for, and you make that tight family group that no one can step on us no matter what, your band will go further, because if you can't poke holes in that. And if you're in a band of people that's strictly for that business thing, politics get involved, and you can stab each other, and you can talk bad about this guy to this guy and get this guy pissed off, and that guy's now out the band. I've seen it happen with not only I've several local bands in the area, and that's just nothing I'm down for. And I can't say a lot because I was involved in all of that. If there was anything bad, I was involved. So I've tried over the past 2 or 3 years to pull away from that the best way I can. But it's hard. Us as people will naturally shit talk somebody in a heartbeat. It's having the mental ability to catch yourself before you do it and say, why? Why am I even saying this in the first place? So I'm in the military and I love the banjo. Are you saying that I shouldn't seek out that ambition? No, you should. By all means. Anything you feel like going after, go after it. Big proponent of, if you feel like doing it, just go do it. Music is something that it's in my ability to play, and I enjoy music. But when I think of playing, I think of pulling out my guitar and just playing in my living room, or just for fun, maybe around a fire while my family or having a get together or something. As far as playing on the stage and stuff, I don't. It's difficult. I don't enjoy it anymore. But I do hope to take Pod Dunk to a live stage, to where we can be in an area and have a table and mics and be able to do a live podcast in front of people, and have those people be able to interact with the podcast, to where when that podcast is posted, they will be on it too, and you can go in and see how you were perceived, or that there will be an episode out there where you will forever be a part of Pod Dunk's history in some form or fashion, which is cool. But as far as playing music on a stage, I miss it. I do miss it a lot. I miss showing out, but I've been out. Well, I mean, rephrase that. I've been north. I've not been that far. Furthest west I've been is Texas, so I can't really comment on anything like that. But trust me, if there's a magical land where I can get away. I've been dealing with that for the last couple of weeks now. I've had a lot of issues of wanting to escape. I've had that feeling of I want to get away, start over. I've had the feeling of like everyone around me seems to be going out. Texas is not west. My directions is all goofed. If you were to ask me to go between east and west, left and right on the fly, I cannot do it. It is a issue that I have. And also I work in a shipping factory, and my map as far as east and west goes is a little bit disoriented, because anything, let's see, even Kentucky and that factory is considered west. So it's like Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and then up that east coast is west, and then east, and everything fucking else is west. It's terrible. But I forgot what I was talking. Yeah, I've been having that problem with wanting to get away and stuff. So if there is a magical land where people are just nicer, then I would love to go there. Because here, people are nice here, and I love Mississippi, but I feel incredibly restrained. And the South is hindering me, but it's incredibly hard to get out. I can work all the time, but that job ends up going into just facilitating a living here. That's why I've been trying to get Pod Dunk up and going, so while I can simultaneously work and stay alive, Pod Dunk can grow and eventually be the thing that I take off and go do my own thing. That's what I would like to do. I want Pod Dunk to be my full-time job, to where I can go anywhere that I want to go. So if I find out about this cool little thing happening in Wyoming, I can because I make my living through the internet, I will be able to just go to Wyoming, do whatever I need to get done, and give it to you guys, and then come back home and still make money while I'm doing it. It's a very freeing way of doing things, and that's the point I want to get to. So I would love to be able to be here and then say, Nevada is where you want to go, and I just get up and take off to Nevada and do stuff there. I've had several friends go out that way and said it's nice, but that's the goal. And the only way I can obtain that goal is for people to go to patreon.com/poddunk and to be a patron. That is the only way. Or it's hard to venture out. Money is super tight. At this point, if I were to just go, I would die. I would starve to death. My car would break down halfway there. It would be bad. This is what the whole what can go wrong. I do intend for all this to happen. It's just I really don't know. Me and Gage were discussing this earlier. Hi, Emily, by the way. But me and Gage were discussing this last week. There seems to be no correct way of just bouncing out of a place and going and starting somewhere new. I see a lot of people, they just go. And they just go and they do it and that's it. But in my head, I cannot fathom that. Just waking up one day, walking out of your door, and just going. I'd love to, but I can't. It's my brain. But to summarize the story, one day, soon, hopefully, with the help of my friends and other people that enjoy Poddunk, I'll be able to use it as my full-time job to be able to travel abroad and stuff. We make money, but just very small amount of money. And even with my job, oh yeah, very scared. Very much scared. And I don't, how can I put it? I have a good setup here right now. So the setup I have here is allowing me to pour money into this project and to grow it. If I leave and find somewhere else, then the greater living expenses of that will tack on to me, which could potentially take away from growing my project. So while I've been handed a situation, and while I'm in this situation, I'm going to do the best I can with it, and that is by using it to facilitate more and to grow more of the things I want to do, and hopefully let that take off. Like, I could be living in Tupelo right now. I could afford the rent. But I would be struggling. So, like, that's the goal here, is not the struggle. I see people my age all the time. Yes, like, right now, I'm in a small bedroom, and I see people that have more than me. But the question turns into, what did you have to sacrifice to have that more? What did you have to give up? What did you have to cut out? And the way that I'm trying to do this is I'm not cutting anything out. I keep having people walk up to me and be like, oh, you're getting older, about, responsibility, and no. I'm an adult. I take care of the things I need to, but as far as letting go of that kid aspect of me, I refuse. So, like, I don't want to go in debt to buy a $40,000 house. I don't want to go in debt to go to college and do all this. I want to just do my podcast. I want to travel and learn and experience new things and simultaneously give those new things to you and make money doing it. Kevin Smith said, the best way to be happy in life is to find what you love doing and then find a way to get paid doing it. And that's what I intend on doing. And I've done a good job of it so far, but it's a steady process. And what is your idea to grow my podcast? I'm actually interested in hearing this because I need all the help I can get. Little baby cigarette. Who's all in here, by the way? There's 3 people. I know Emily, possibly. I don't know. She probably backed out. I'm happy that she decided to pop in, though. That is my sister, Emily Bailey. That is her. Oh, that cigarette was nasty. It had been unlit too long. Oh. Ah. The military is just something, I thought about it once, but just not for me. Specifically at this moment in time. I'm too hung up politically, I guess is the the right word. I want to be able to. The goal is to travel overseas at some point and see other countries, and I do not want the. I want a little bit more freedom to do those things than what the military would probably offer me. Um, the military is great. Don't get me wrong. I have the utmost respect for the military, but I want to be able to do coming just people in the military, not for you, just people in the military. They do go everywhere. I think when I almost signed up for the Marines, that was one of the big things that appealed to me was being able to be stationed in Japan, and that was one of the things my recruiter was very adamant of telling me that was very potentially going to happen. He's like, oh, you could go to Japan and station you there, which would have been cool. But in the end, I chose music instead of the military. Probably would have made a little bit more money in the military, but music was fun. I enjoyed it. How long have I been doing this, people? Use the military as a promotional thing. I don't know. I feel like I get a bit too political for that. I believe I get into some areas that would upset somebody in the military. Specifically, topics like militarized police and how our military is used and things like that. So I don't know. I'd hate to market to a group of people that would not enjoy what I say. It'd be like the pastor friend I have on Facebook. He came in here earlier, and that would have been bad. If this would have been a normal Podunk situation, I would have felt bad for him. Not saying that everyone would get offended, but I'm just saying I would hate to market to a group of people that I could potentially make feel uncomfortable with the things that I say. Now, if you are in the military and you've listened to Podunk and you enjoy us, then that's fine. But as far as picking that as a niche, especially with the things I talk about, I would be intimidated to go about doing. That'd be like me as a white guy talking tremendously about Black Lives Matter and then particularly trying to I don't know. I don't feel like I'm not personally qualified to talk about half the shit I talk about, but I do it anyway. And I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation where I would offend somebody or put myself in a debacle. But we do actually. The Pearl Girls, I have not. You need to maverick your viewer selection more broad. We got to think. We're still kind of growing right now. It's right now is the way Facebook and Twitter is more of where our more broad base is. But as far as Facebook, where we're at right now, the majority of people that are on here talking are people from the local area. Facebook is hard to get out and branch out into. I'm working on it right now. I'm using promotions and stuff to cause my Facebook to be pushed out to other states and stuff. But no, I have not heard of the Pearl Girls. I haven't. I have to check that out. But right now I'm working to build more of a base up and stuff. Hopefully. Because I need it. I need people to give me money so I can do more stuff for people. Let's see what it is. You should play. That would help. Play. You mean music? We do take music submissions. No one's done it yet, but we do take music submissions to play at the end of the podcasts to be able to showcase people and what their projects are and stuff. I don't know if me playing music has a place on my podcast, though. Maybe. I don't know. That may be difficult to figure out. You got to keep in mind, on my end, I honestly think my playing isn't the best. But I try. Why not? I don't know. Cause Poddunk has like a flow to it, I guess is the best way to put it. And music's never. I don't know. I don't think music's ever truly played a part in Poddunk. It's mostly. I think at one point in time we were going to write a song for Poddunk, and I think it was going to be a skit called Freedom Friends Forever. And it was where Devin and Gage pretended to be Bill Clinton and George W. as best friends that partied all the time. And if I'm not mistaken, no, I'm fucking this up. Well, thanks, Joseph. You're real kind. Thank you. But, no, I think Fitzpost was going to write it. I don't know. Somebody was supposed to write a song for Pod Dunk, and it never happened. But I think we were going to make a theme song for Freedom Friends, but I think it fell apart. But I think that's the only thing musical we ever done. Of course, we have theme music. You can't just have a podcast without theme music. I actually worked on that today. DTF now has a brand new theme song that I pieced together with Mixcraft, but go check that out. Poddunk. Patreon.com/poddunk. So many P's in the things I say. And if you're into numerology, if it's entertaining. My birthday is versatile. I am versatile. As far as what I do, I am versatile. I'm everywhere. It's just I can't just. My wife is evil. Can't leave my phone anywhere. I assume she was the pretty mouth comment. Hello, Savon. What it is. Let's see. But yeah, I am versatile. It's just there again. We're just getting everything going. Twitter, we're a lot more broad. On Twitter, we have a podcast friendship that spans from here to Canada. It's just locally getting everybody to give a damn is difficult. Well, tell your wife, I guess I appreciate the comment. Play, please. I don't have a guitar. Not near me. Anywhere near me. Sadly. Hello, Andrea. Caitlin. Powell. Thank you for tuning in to the feed. I've been doing this shit for a while now. I've been on here talking for a long time. And I'm still surprised people are here listening and talking to me. If Savon, if the only thing you come in here and say is James, I'm going to lose it. You can do better, man. You can do better than that. Let's see. Sing the... Oh, fuck no. No. That is one thing that I've never been able to accomplish. Like, I'm pretty positive, and I'm not going to say for sure, but I'm almost positive I'm tone deaf. Pretty positive. In my head, I sound pretty good, but then you record yourself, and you're like, I don't sound near as good as I thought I did. But, yeah, singing, definitely not on the agenda. That's something that I thought maybe at one point I could pursue, but I didn't. Because you gotta stand back for a second and analyze. It's like you play music, and you want to sing, but do you want to sing because you can sing, or do you want to sing because you want the notoriety of that? And I feel like that's where I was at. I just wanted to be that front position without the talent. So either I could go be at Lil Wayne, or I could not do it at all. So I don't sing. Still play, there again, I still do the guitar thing, but as far as singing, it's never been my strong suit. Savon, this is what I've been doing for hours. Talking. Something I'm probably going to do often. Wife heard tone deaf, wants to hear you sing now. Sweet Jesus! There's no way. I've seen, alright, like, I know people. I've seen this trap happen. I've seen friends of mine get on Facebook and go for the singing route, and I've had the displeasure of clicking on it and listening to the performance. And I know when I click on it, I'm like, oof, that's rough. So I'm not going to let anybody have the opportunity to click on this and have to be like, oof, no, and then back out. I want to keep people here. I don't want to drive them away, and I feel like singing would very most definitely drive people away. Yeah. Like, I think I could probably do a line of coke off my computer screen, and it would probably keep people here more than my singing. That's an illegal drug we're talking about. Illegal. United States, failed drug war. Fuck you, Rudy Giuliani. But how's everybody doing? Everyone's still pressuring me to do the singing thing. There's 4 people watching. I have no idea who's in here. Pretty sure Christina's in here. Pretty sure Joseph's in here. Pretty sure Savon's in here. What is your favorite song that influences what you are trying to do? Mm, I don't know if anything influences what I'm trying to do. Um, I think if there's any song out there that does anything for me, it pushes me, makes me. I don't know how to explain it. I'd say "Stressed Out" by 21 Pilots has been um, something I've been listening to a lot lately because I think like that song encompasses what um, our generation, mine in particular, is going through right now. And the whole song pretty much says like you spend your whole childhood dreaming and going through all this stuff, and then it's like you wake up one day and then people are like, okay, stop dreaming, time to make money and go out and do something. So um, my goal is to cling to that what is so drastically trying to be taken away from us, and cling to it and hold on to it and don't let them take it from us. And I think, and that's what I try to do through Pod Dunk. Just gonna go and listen to it. Cool. But that song, I'm gonna say the whole Blurry Face album. And I know a lot of people are probably can shit talk me for that, and you can. I know that there's a stereotype of person that listens to that band, and you could say that I'm that. I don't care, but listening to that band makes me feel better when I'm in a down place. So I enjoy them. What line are you talking about, Savon? What line is it? I'm trying to think. What the fuck is he talking about? Only thing I can think of as far as line is that rap song you listen to at break. It's like, ooh. That's it. That's all I can hear in my head now. I think y'all say is Little Yachty. Fuck, I don't know. Six new interactions on Twitter. See, productive days like this make the world go round for me. When people like you come into my like foray, do the illegal drug. Alright, see, the large majority of this has been me telling people I'm broke. So if I'm broke, I'm not really going to just have coke laying around to do on the internet. So I'm sorry that that's not happening. And plus I have family. Well, I did have family. That young in May. Have you decided about the job, by the way? I've been interested. I've been meaning to message y'all and see how that's going, if there's been a decision on what's happening Monday or not. But yeah, family on here too. My little sister was on here. I can't be doing anything like that with her on here. I can't do coke, actually. Even if I was a person that wanted to partake in that drug, I can't. Heart condition. I could potentially die, have my heart explode and shit. So I think it's best if I just leave that shit alone. I have other vices, don't get me wrong, but what album from Panic at the Disco? That's the key. I don't know. I haven't heard the new one yet at all, so I really want to hear that. Now, that one, shit, not their newest one, but the one before it. That one was fantastic. The Mona Lisa album was good, and the one before that one was good. That is really hard, pretty odd. Wasn't that the name of it? The second album, I think. I don't know. That one was odd. That's the one album I've never been interested in, but the rest of their shit's pretty good. I like it. Anybody else in here? There's 4 people. Who's sound off? Tell me what you doing. What you doing? Talk to me. I can't be on here much longer. I have internet issues. I gotta keep my usage down. But this Grady webcam, it shouldn't take up a bunch of data considering, it's grainy as fuck. He said he'll come in, and if he doesn't feel like it, he won't go back. So so you're pretty much saying fuck the job, though. You ain't coming back. I hope he comes back, because I do not want to be in the back of that FedEx truck forever. That would suck. But Austin Jones, hello Austin, hello Patrick. So Patrick, how would you like the idea of Poddunk making money and me jumping ship to California. That's the goal. At some point, not jumping ship moving, but just visiting a lot. Gotta make money on here though. Patreon/Poddunk. If anybody has not went to that website and wants to go to that website, there is a free episode up right now. Absolutely free. It's only free for the weekend though. So if you go to patreon.com/poddunk, you get an exclusive episode for free without even needing an account or a membership. You can just go get it. So get at it. Go. Share this video. Get other people in here. I'm hoping soon they let pages do this live video thing so I can actually stream this from the Poddunk page. Right now I can't. It's really annoying. I have not tried my Xbox with my internet yet. I'm too fucking terrified I'm going to skyrocket my data. I don't want to use a whole bunch. So I'm trying to see what a month's worth of data looks like, how much I use in a month, and go from there and see what it's looking like. If I can get away with it, I'm going to. But if I can't, there's a lot more important shit out there that I need to be investing in. A lot. I do want to fucking get my PS4 on it, though. I don't think the update would be as bad as for it as it would be my Xbox, but I'm not entirely sure. I'd like to play Minecraft or something small, to be able to play and interact with people. I miss online gaming. I just don't. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the shit I would like to play, my internet connection wouldn't hold it. It took me a long time to even get this working. I never have that problem. It's because you live in Mississippi. I'm confused on what we're talking about. What problem? I talk a lot. I jump around a bit. I've been doing this a while. I've been talking to you fine people for a minute. 5 people though. I'm happy to see that there's another screen here. It's like messages? Fuck, I don't know. But all of it's happening right here. I don't know. It's different. Where is the lyrics? The lyrics for the song, you probably can Google the lyrics. I don't know. There's so much banging happening around me. Is that game any good? I've seen it, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. I'm not educated on it whatsoever. It looks good. Only thing I'm really fascinated as far as Final Fantasy right now is 15 and Final Fantasy 14. I really want to play that game. Really bad. There again, though, I have to wait for internet to see. Yeah. I've been thinking about doing like side podcasts. Like me and Lunchbox do DTF Down to Fuss right now, but I still want to be able to do like a solo episode every once in a while where it's just me, so I can talk about some of the things that bother me on a daily basis. I have a lot of shit that I go through, a lot of things that I like daily that I need to discuss and talk about. Shit I don't understand, shit that I wish I could understand, and shit that other people understand better than I do. So I want to do a separate series through DT Down to Fuss where it's just me talking, and those episodes will probably only be on patreon.com/poddunk. And they probably can be free every so often, but it's hard to tell right now. I don't want to really charge people for me ranting, and yeah. So I want to do that to where I can discuss things with people. I have shit that goes on in my head on a daily basis that bothers me, and having another person here causes me to not hit those topics the way I want to. So I'm hoping that in the next few days I will have a new episode going to where I can, talk about stuff. That's not bad. I could dig that. I like Final Fantasy. And I'm aware Mississippi's not going to get me anywhere. But that's where I'm at right now. You gotta deal with the hands you're dealt, and that's what I've been dealt, which is fine. It means that later I will get a new hand. And right now, yeah, no new hand. I keep letting my cigarette go out at like its exact point. It's not even worth smoking. I'm not pre-ordered 15. I'm not. The game could be trash. I'm gonna wait and see how it is first. I do not want to go buy Final Fantasy 13-2 all over again. I have no interest. That game sucked. So they're gonna have to show me like some real improvements on this new one for me to really. I'm excited about it, but that don't mean I'm just gonna go out and buy it. I'm cautious, very cautious. I think this lighter's almost out. It is so close. Well, and as far as like getting out of Mississippi, when that day comes, I will probably be crashing on people's couches nonstop. So I will gladly knock on your door in Nevada. Bye. Good talking to you. But yeah, hello guys. I feel like that last one kind of dug at me a bit. Yep. So, how's everybody doing? Let's see, save on. Oh, there's 5 people in here. I've run out of things to say. Well, is it a playable item? I assume Sephiroth's sword. It's gonna be really shitty if it's too OP. And I'm just one-hitting everything in the game. Or like about a quarter way through the game, it's not good anymore, and you have to just trash it. That's not fun either. It's like you pre-order, you get this really cool weapon, but it's a noob weapon. So like as soon as you breach a certain level, it's done. What's up, Ashton? What you up to? Happy nuptials, by the way. Congrats on the nuptials, whatever the fuck. You're married now. You are happily married. I thought that maybe I'd be able to see who's all in here, but I don't think I can. And if I tell everybody to sound off and say something, tell me who's all in here so I can know who I'm talking to, I'm not entirely sure anybody would. Savon is a proud person. He does not play Final Fantasy whatsoever, but hopefully one day we can get him involved. He likes anime too much not to play Final Fantasy. Too much. It's everything you love about anime but in a game. Magic, stuff like that. YOLO indeed, sir. Sometimes the strive for those pre-order bonuses are too strong. I know how that shit works. What is everybody else's opinion on that? What she said right there? You aren't going to get anywhere the way you were going. PM me if you need help. She seemed a little bit perturbed, like maybe frustrated? I don't know. I like to think I've done pretty good with what I've got. I started 2 years ago, 4,000 plus downloads, 3 shows, YouTube channel, dedicated Twitch channel. You can find my podcast on iTunes and Google Play. I have a gigantic podcast network that goes. We have friends from Canada and so forth. That's pretty cool. I get what she's saying though. I'm aware that Mississippi's not going to get me anywhere, but there is a game plan. There is a reason for everything. There is a method to the madness. Um, Definitely a method to the madness, and I'll get there, one way or another. I will get there. I got this. One way or the other, I got this. Well, guys, it's been fun. It has, but I'm about to get off here and go find something else to do. Maybe watch some TV. It's been really great talking to all of y'all. Ashton, Megan, Austin, Patrick, Christina, Andrea, Emily, Germ, Ashley, Kimberly, Cody, Caleb, Joseph, Dayton, Lita, Jacob, Beth. All kinds of people. But yeah, thanks everyone for sitting in here and listening to me talk. It's been great being able to just talk to people in a situation where yeah, I like to think the same way too. There's a lot of good qualities here. You just got to find a way to capture them, and that's what I'm attempting to do here. But thank all of y'all for staying on here and listening to me rant and rave and shit. It's been fun, and I will catch y'all. I'm gonna try to do this on a weekly basis, so stay tuned in, and you'll see me when I pop in. So thanks for listening. Check out Poddunk at patreon.com/poddunk, or follow us on Twitter at Facebook. Twitter and Facebook at capital pod lowercase dunk. Or if you want to just throw some pennies our way, a few other dollars, something loose change you got, go to twitch.tv/poddunk and you can hit the donate button and just throw anything you want at us. Yeah, iTunes, Google Play, all that good stuff. Go check us out. We'll catch y'all some other time. Live long and prosper, bitches.